So it's just been under a year since I started my channel to talk about the EU, but I'm not going to talk about the EU today. However, what I am going to talk about is something that we really need to worry about, and that's the Labour Party. You see, ever since Tony Blair decided to take us into war in Iraq, the Labour Party have been basically ripping themselves apart. And then when it comes to Jeremy Corbyn being placed as leader, then they ripped themselves apart even more, and people started to resign left, right and centre. Now it's gone a full circle. We now have Jeremy Corbyn that's a socialist. He wants basically what Denmark has. You see, the whole mantra of what Jeremy Corbyn is telling you right now in reference to taxing the rich, and we'll be able to pay for that with corporate tax, and taxing, making sure that the rich pay for everything, and we'll pay for the NHS, we'll pay for social services and all that kind of stuff. It can't happen. You see, they can tax to a certain point and they can borrow to a certain point, but then they have to find other ways of getting the money. The only way they can get that is by having the Denmark model. Between 1995 and 2016, someone like me or you, general person in the public, don't earn that much, was taxed somewhere between 55 and 60%. But Jeremy Corbyn won't tell you that. He's telling you that he's taxing the rich. It's the whole left mantra. They've always done it that way. It's the way of actually getting you to vote for them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a chance of winning the next general election. But who else have we got? We've got Jeremy Corbyn that is going for a Denmark model because he will have to. He also believes that Hamas is a friend, a partner, I don't know, what would you call them? What would you call someone that decided to bomb a concert and kill 9, 10, 11-year-old girls? What would you call that? Because that's what Jeremy Corbyn believes are his friends. And of course you've got his history in reference to the IRA, which I'm not going to get into. But also what you've got is John McDonnell. John McDonnell has quite clearly stated that he is a Marxist and believes in Marxist values. The whole Marxist values, I don't believe that in private property. So let's look at it sensibly. The Labour Party have said that what we're going to do is we're going to put billions upon billions of pounds into the NHS and social services so you won't have to pay for it, which you will have to pay for it, and your children will have to pay for it because he has to borrow money. You can only tax the rich to a certain point. So you got that part. They also believe that terrorists are our friends. Also, John McDonnell is a Marxist and doesn't believe in private property. But yet he's getting your vote because he's giving you stuff. Let's look at the Conservatives. Let's look at proper way of living. Conservatives want to make sure that there are as many jobs out there as possible and you are earning as much as you possibly can with your own skills. Hence being, if you're earning, you're able to buy your own house, you're able to buy your own car, you're able to go holiday, blah, blah, blah. That money goes into the country, that then pays for the hospitals, that pays for the NHS, that pays for social services, etc., etc. That's the decent way of life. Do you really want your children, be honest with yourself, do you really want your children expecting a government to pay their way in life? Or would you expect your children to realise they have to work hard for what they get, and in that way they actually respect the value of money, respect of what they've actually built up, so they've managed to buy themselves a house, a car and so on. But let's talk about the house, the car and so on, because that's what Labour really wants. They want you to have more money in your pocket, right? Incorrect. They want to tax you somewhere between 55 and 60%. If they tax you around that mark, you are unable to buy a house, you are unable to buy a car, you are unable to go on holiday, you are unable to buy nice clothes, etc., etc. So now ask yourself again, would you want your children to work for themselves, or do you want government to give? Because the whole government give thing can't last for long. Your choice. I'm out.